Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Friday is set to be the first time some federal workers will miss a paycheck because of the government shutdown. That's after getting a partial one on their last payday. Some lawmakers trying to help. They say they want to appropriate just enough money to pay government employees. But as Amy Kiley reports, even that idea faces an uphill climb.
You got to save every dime at this point.
The Senate could vote this week on a bill to pay essential federal employees during the government shutdown. They're not on furlough and instead are working without paychecks.
They are trying to make their mortgage payments. They're trying to put food on the table.
It's unclear if the bill from GOP Senator Ron Johnson has enough support to pass. At least one Republican argues it could reduce the pressure to reopen the government.
The military should be getting paid and law enforcement should be getting paid. Those are the two entities that you need. Everybody else, shut it off.
Some Senate Democrats say they want to pay all federal workers, not just those the Trump administration deems essential.
I'd be in favor of paying the federal workers. That bill, unfortunately, gives a lot of latitude to the president to pick and choose.
You'll see a Democratic counterproposal that is an even-handed approach.
Meanwhile, many federal workers are struggling to make ends meet. This video shows a D.C. area food bank event that was aimed at government employees. Some who attended it Tuesday say they waited 2 hours in a line that stretched around the block.
I can't believe I'm here, because you always thought that getting a government job or, a federal job, that's security.
Rent, car note, car insurance, student loans. Those are not stopping.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amy Kiley reporting, News Channel Nebraska.
Meanwhile, Nebraska's Department of Health and Human Services says they received a letter this month from the USDA saying if the government shutdown drags into November, the federal funds used for SNAP and WIC benefits won't be dispersed. So where does that leave the roughly 155,000 Nebraska families that utilize SNAP and the millions more nationwide? Jen Sullivan has more.
Millions of Americans are at risk of losing critical benefits that help them cover grocery expenses and formula for babies.
They don't get paid livable wages, and so their budget is the difference between them being able to pay their rent, being able to pay childcare, car insurance.
Gina Platanino is the acting director for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP at the Food Research and Action Center, an advocacy group. Roughly 42 million people rely on SNAP benefits to help pay for food. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says SNAP has about $6 billion in a contingency fund, but November SNAP benefits are expected to total $8 billion. The other federally funded program impacted is WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, which provides financial assistance to more than 6 million pregnant women, new moms, and children up to the age of 5.
The rising food costs are squeezing families. Formula is so expensive, and without having access to WIC benefits, folks are going to have to decide what to do in terms of feeding their baby and feeding their family.
Dr. Colleen Delaney with the nonprofit Vitamin Angel says they work with several WIC facilities. She says families who need help during this uncertain time can turn to local health departments, their pediatrician who may have formula samples they can give out, and food banks. But long lines are already forming at some food banks like this one in Iowa.
The charitable food system cannot fill this gap, no matter how hard we try.
With November around the corner, there's little sign the shutdown will end anytime soon. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
As for President Donald Trump, he once again echoed his desire Wednesday to import more beef from Argentina, despite pushback from many within his own party. Speaking at the White House, the president argued that up to now, his tariff policies have helped U.S. ranchers. Now he says he wants to bring down consumer beef prices, and he intends to do that by buying more beef from abroad.
I helped them a lot. I put tariffs on things coming in to the country, including beef. And that gave them a chance to finally have a decent industry. We are going to be talking to them. They're great people, but they've been hurt for 25, 30 years. They've been losing because other countries have taken advantage of them. And by putting tariffs on, they've been able to make a few dollars. They've been able to have an industry. But I also want to keep the beef prices low.
That plan not sitting well with Nebraska's congressional delegation. U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts stopped short Wednesday of calling the purchase of Argentine beef a betrayal of Nebraska ranchers, but he did say he's working with the president to find a different solution.
I talked to him about how our ranchers, our cow-calf producers especially, have been very profitable lately, but this year they are, and we need that equity infused into our operations here, and that we ought to look for market-based solutions to address the president's goal of bringing down beef prices.
U.S. Representative Mike Flood, meanwhile, issued a statement saying the move would undermine the USDA's recent efforts to invest in domestic beef production. Trump's plans also drew a sharp rebuke from the CEO of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association in a statement issued on Tuesday. The president says he's given the go-ahead for $15 million to come to Nebraska for storm relief. The president made the announcement on social media Wednesday. The approval follows a request from Governor Jim Pillen's office for help for 12 counties in the aftermath of major windstorms that blew through Nebraska in early August. Wind gusts as high as 91 miles per hour were reported, knocking out power to tens of thousands, some for days. The winds also killed a woman and critically injured a man after a tree fell on their vehicle near Waterloo. The amount the president announced far short of the estimated $40 million worth of damage Nebraska's delegation said was done in a letter of support last month. A Northeast Nebraskan doing her part to make sure local veteran sacrifices are honored and celebrated. Tyler Murphy has more.
One Norfolk resident is honoring community servicemen in a big way, and it's getting a lot of support. Bethany Heinrich started the Hometown Heroes Project in Norfolk. The project will include 56 banners displaying portraits of veterans along Benjamin Avenue from 1st Street to 13th Street. Heinrich said the Norfolk community has played a major role in helping the project move forward.
There's a lot of people in the community that are helping to make it happen. Mike Anderson with Mike's Vision Photography has agreed to take headshot portraits for veterans that might need them for the banners. Sarah Putters with Putters Media has helped with the design of the entire banners. Nucor has agreed to pay for all of the production of the banners. And then the city is going to hang and maintain the banners.
Heinrich said applications to be one of the 56 will open this Veterans Day and can be found online or in person at the VFW building. As the wife of a man who has served 15 years in the Army National Guard, she said the project is deeply personal.
It means a lot of weekends away from home, deployments that can last for weeks and months at a time, supporting them with what they're doing to serve the community.
Heinrich said the banners will go up on Memorial Day and remain in place through Veterans Day. In Norfolk, Tyler Murphy, News Channel, Nebraska.
Meanwhile, a new $1 million memorial in Stanton that honors America's veterans broke ground 3 years ago. Now it's close to completion. Hanky Hazelton gives us a look.
The city of Stanton has unveiled a stunning new art piece honoring the brave men and women across all 6 branches of the U.S. military.
This is our kiosk for the Stanton County Veterans Memorial Park, and what this kiosk will do will hold a tile that the veteran can be recognized.
The park's 4 kiosks will showcase 1,500 names and faces, but the park plans for even more ways to pay tribute to the soldiers.
Eventually, we can add 2 more kiosks to the park, and we have the benches that people could purchase and put something in dedicating to a family member or just thanking all veterans.
Stanton Committee Park officials said to honor freedom is priceless, which is why they found the best quality within their budget to recognize past and present veterans.
The granite came from India. It's a black granite. And so when we put our budget together with the concrete and everything, it was going to be about $1.2 million.
The park isn't just a place to honor the fallen. It's also designed to be family-friendly and educational.
There was a cannon sitting here before this project started, and everyone was concerned that cannon wasn't going to be brought back when it was removed. But it is. It's getting restored, and we want to put that on a plaque so kids can come and read it.
Bates said among adding the restored cannon and some other construction, they will be adding flags along with a gazebo for families to come here and picnic. As for the expected date of the grand opening, that is going to be May of 2026. In Stanton, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
And Thursday is Johnny Carson's 100th birthday, and his hometown is celebrating all weekend long. The Elkhorn Valley Museum in Norfolk hosting events Thursday through Sunday to honor Carson and his Nebraska roots. He moved to Norfolk at the age of 8, starting in small-town Nebraska, before becoming host of The Tonight Show for 30 years. On Thursday, the museum's throwing a birthday party for Johnny. Other events will showcase different aspects of Carson's performances.
Yeah, I hope that the community kind of sees the diverse interests of Johnny, right, and the different things he was really interested in, and can find a way to connect with him and with each other, right?
Along with all the parties for Johnny, there's special memorabilia out for display at the museum, like this drum set that Carson played on The Tonight Show, even his makeup case containing everything he used to get ready for his show. Tickets for the birthday celebrations can be bought either ahead of time or at the door. And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com, click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.